Hey guys, and today I got a deck profile for you guys because a couple months back after Nats, I said I would give you guys a deck profile of my F.A.T deck that I got my invite for this year with, but I kind of got lazy so I never did it, and now I feel like doing it for the current format because I've been I was bored one day and I was like, I'm gonna throw this together and just see what the fuck happens. And you know, I didn't expect to be doing decently with it, but I've actually been having a pretty successful record with it. Like, I've only lost to stupid bullshit because of getting jank, really, and otherwise deck is for the most part consistent. Any deck bricks, whatever, blah blah blah. But I mean, cards that seems like they wouldn't work this meta actually fucking work. So without further ado, we're just gonna get into it. Like I said, the deck is F.A.T. For those of you who don't know who that is, Firefist Traptrix. So just show my version of the deck, I guess. Anyways, first most important card in the deck: 3 bears and the Wolfbark. Wolfbark isn't that important, but it's the bears. Even though everything is basically a floater now or somehow avoids destruction, this card just wins me games. Wolfbark is just there because it's fucking good. But the bears, they're so good, and I don't even know why. I can't explain it, but they just do fucking work, and it's just, definitely love them. And then the second most important card of the deck is Morale Attack. I just play the 3 Morale Attack and then the 3 Sanctum, but I mean, this card, yes, it's standard artifact shit. Obviously, artifacts are busted and everything. Obviously, a lot of people don't like them as much just because Winda exists, but it's it still gets over a lot of stuff, and you can still make a lot of plays with it. So I think it's great. That's all that's all I have for the artifact engine. Then Traptrix engine, 3 Murmelio, 2 Dionia. This card I like to draw way too much, along with Wolfbark. This I don't get enough, but I mean, starting with this is obviously amazing. I honestly don't like the Traptrix engine as much. It's just, it obviously gets your early game going a lot quicker, gets you a lot more board presence, and then this helps you recover board presence. So it's just, they're good. I just don't like them as much. So, but they're so great, and I still need them. So they're there. So that's it for monsters. It's just 12 No, it's 11 monsters. No, it's 12 monsters, because, 4, 3, and then 5. Yeah, that's 12 monsters. On to the spells. 3 tanky. It's kind of obvious, but tanky, it's consistency turbo. Well, consistency and control turbo, so, It's not really turbo, but you get my point. 3 tanky. 3 MST, because there's enough shit you need to space right now, so it's good. I don't know. 3 space I think works the best. The only reason I might cut it down is because I really want to fit in space for double lance, but I don't know if I'd really want to cut MST right away, just because since I am running the artifacts, 1, just in case I do need to pop my own Morale Attack, or 2, if Vanities pops up when I decide to Sanctum, it would help, but I don't know. I'm iffy right now. Then 3 Duality, because you don't normally special summon that much other than your Morale Attacks, so it's generally you can afford Duality plus early game shit. And then 1 Book of Moon, because Book of Moon's one of the best spells in the game, and with Wiretap getting popularity again, this is great. So just 10 spells. And then the rest are traps, and there are 18 traps. So it's basically bear with a bunch of traps, which is why the deck's good, but still, deck's good. 3 Sanctum, because it's Sanctum. You don't need an excuse. 2 Emptiness, just because that's all I could afford the space for. I mean, I obviously have 3 Emptiness, but it's just, I only main deck 2 because that's all I have the space for right now, because I need to make sure I have all my bases covered, and 2 Emptiness is generally enough, but I want my other stun back row just so that, if they decide to slow play a little bit, I'm not slowed down too much by only having Emptinesses going. So just 2, and then 2 breakthrough because Rex shit. I mean, it's one of the ultimate stun cards right now, and it's half the reason I'm able to beat half the things I do is just, you know, stop them from going off or make it so I can get over their stuff easily enough and maintain my board presence or gain board presence, blah. 2 wiretap, because there are a lot of fucking traps right now. Like, even against Shadows, this card is amazing. I will always keep it in against Shadows. But, I mean, this is a back row heavy format still, so wiretap is amazing. I would not run this deck without it. 2 Deep Prison, just because since we are in a format of mainly summon responding traps, if, you know, you bait them in easily with Deep Prison and shit, so plus it's one of my ways to get over some problematic cards, like, again, Winda and whatever else decides to be annoying, and it plus against Telenites, you know, you limit their resources and whatever, so those. And then for the trap holes, 1 Bottomless, 1 Time Space, and 1 Traptrix. Honestly, out of these, this is probably my least favorite. These are my most favorite, but obviously Bottomless is iffy, but it's like, it still stuns well enough, so, you know, whatever. But this is probably one of my favorites, but I do probably side it out half the time just because there are situations where it's not good, but it's still an amazing card. And Time Space obviously just have to keep in because, you know, you got to make sure you cover all your bases and whatever. And then my other one-ofs, Warning, Torrential, Compulse, the standard shit, and then 1 Call just because I wanted to test it. I'm honestly probably going to take this out just because I never really, like, there are times where this is live. I mean, usually when I do get it, it's live and I can make a play off of it, but I might need the Lance more, but, I mean, otherwise, you know, 1 Call, I just don't want to overspam it because it's not a focus of using Call and needing to come back from grave. It's just there so I can make good recovery plays, or if I need something extra, it'll be there to help, so that's mainly why that's there. So, yeah. That rounds up the main deck, and I need to charge my computer. On to extra deck, which honestly the extra deck isn't that relevant. I honestly don't go into that much stuff. It's mainly just like, honestly the deck revolves around just sitting around with Bear, or sitting around with a Morale Attack, or just sitting around with the main deck monsters, and then really going into the extra deck to clutch it up. So, you know, extra deck isn't that relevant, but they're still important shit. Dweller, because Dweller's amazing, you know, it's one of the few things I do go into a lot. I actually go into this a lot because with how much grave reliance there is, messing up their grave and making less plays live is really good, plus then you get to disrupt them by putting their shit back and making them draw their useless shit, or, you know, I put my shit back and make more shit live. Probably the most useless card in the extra deck, but it's still needed because I can still make, you know, tanky recovery plays and, you know, just basically make some recovery plays if need be, and if I need to get over something that's really problematic, it exists. So there's nothing I'd really put over it, but it's like, I don't need it that much. This, just in case I need a big beater, I generally don't use it, but it comes up sometimes, very rarely, but it does sometimes come up. Castell, I mean, it's Castell, it's amazing. I wish it did face downs, but it's still, yeah, it solves problems. 1 Pleiades, I just got this DT today, but Pleiades, you know, it's amazing. Don't need to speak its praises. Emerald, don't go into it as much as I would like, but it still helps when I do need it. You know, makes Sanctums live again, brings back your Dioneas, shit like that. So, yeah, it's good. Exton is Exton. Cowboy for game. Gaia Charger, just because if I use Pleiades or my Volcasaurus, I have it, so it sometimes is needed. Chain, because top deck Dioneas make certain plays live, so whatever. 101, because it's 101. I honestly make this more than I make Castell half the time, because the protection from destruction does come up, I think, so it helps. Black Ship, because it's good. Volcasaurus, because Volcasaurus exists and it's good. No, but Volcasaurus, you know, gets over shit. And then Rhapsody, because same reason as Cardinal. Grave destruction and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's my extra deck. To the side deck. Yeah. Side deck. 2 Crow for, grave disruption and shit. It's a good card. 2 Maxis. I honestly might just take these out because most decks can play around Maxi way too easily, so there's no real push that's needed, and, I'm play 5 back row decks, so I shouldn't need them as much. Those are all my monsters in my side deck. DeFi ruins lives. I'm amazing at getting this card, but it fucking ruins lives, and yeah, it's so good right now. So good. Mind Control for any decks that might want to make rank 4s, because then I can make my own rank 4s. But even though I don't generally need to, it comes up. 3 Change Appearance, because I didn't really, I was playing Nobleman before, but I didn't really like Nobleman, so I wanted to try this. I mean, it helps more for the Burning Abyss matchup, but it's honestly, I would rather play Stygian Dirge, because I never bring this in for the Shadow matchup, just because, half the time, oh no, I remove one of their guys, but then, because I don't care about the Falcon with Shadows, because I'll pop it, they use their effect for the turn, and then I just attack over it, and then, do other shit. So it's I don't care about the Falcon. Anything else, they should be able to establish enough board presence. Well, I mean, the only other target would be Hedgehog, and it's they don't need it that much. So I'm probably going to take this out for Stygian Dirge once I get it, just because it disrupts more matchups, and it still disrupts the Burning Abyss matchup just fine. So, yeah. 2 Deep Darks for, because it hits a lot of shit, and since I'm running Traptrix, I can run this, so, it definitely disrupts stuff. Shadow Mirror, one of the best cards on the side, along with DeFi. I only have 2 because I only had space for 2. I mean, if I take out Change Appearance and Maxis, maybe I can find space for another one, but I really wish I had space for Light Mirror, or I could play Light Mirror, but yeah, Morale Attack's too good. But no, this card is amazing. Obviously, Soul Drain. Someone was telling me to main this. I might try it. It's just the only instance where I really would want it is, the whole Space and Morale Attack thing, which I get not the optimal play and not something you should be planning for, but it does come up, and it's not always the best thing, but it's, Soul Drain's an amazing card still. And then third Vanities, because, it's a great card to side in. So, yeah, that's my F.A.T deck. Yeah, I've been doing fucking amazing with it lately. My only, real losses, I lost to Gravekeepers, because he had Gravekeeper's Heretic, and I was getting really janky back row at the time. And then, lost to Herald, because Herald set up first turn with a bunch of monsters in hand isn't fun. And then, Tellarknights. Those are my only real losses. Tellarknights is just, it's one of those back and forth matchups anyways, so, you can't expect to win them all anyways, but it's I haven't actually lost to a Shadow deck yet, but, I mean, against most matchups, I'm generally okay. It's just, as long as I don't get really weird combinations of back row, I'm okay, so it's yeah, deck has actually been performing really well, and it's if I was playing in the next regional, I would play this deck, but I'm going to be judging it because I already got my invite, so it's I might as well just judge and get free shit, so it's yeah. But otherwise, I would be playing this deck for a long time, but it's just I would rather judge for a bit, so I don't know, but deck's good, and I felt like showing it off. There are a few changes, like I said, I would obviously make, but it's just I gotta find the space and figure out what works best for me doing so, but yeah, I don't know, but that is the deck, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. You're probably tired of seeing Fire Fist from me, or just seeing artifacts in general, but it's a nice quote-unquote sleeper deck, and it goes under the radar and actually does damage, so it's something to keep in mind if you have all this shit, so, whatever. But anyways, that'll be it for this, so hope you guys enjoyed, such blah, or comment, sub, and later guys.